In this last video, I'm going to show you how to use Excel to calculate measures of central tendency. This is going to be helpful to you if you want to include an Excel sheet as showing your work. There's going to be assignments where you need to show your work, and attaching the Excel sheet is one way of doing that. So let's take a look. If you haven't done so already, you're going to want to download this Excel sheet off of our Canvas course site, and that way you can just follow along. And this is a video that you might want to pause and rewind and revisit, because being able to use Excel to do calculations is a great time saver. And it helps you to understand, I think, the numbers a little bit better. All right, I have some data here. So I have my students who reported the number of hours per week they spent on my 7.5-week online course a couple of years ago. And as you can see, we have the hours per week here, and we had a low of 5, and we have a high of 18. I don't know what that person who was spending 5 hours a week on a compacted course was doing, but there you go. Anyway, I would like to know, what is the average, or what's the best number that represents the central tendency of this group of scores, or group of reported numbers. And so I'm going to use Excel, and the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to use Excel with hand calculations and then with the Excel functions. And so I know that the formula for the mean is the sum of the scores divided by the n. So we need to figure out what the sum is and what the n is. Now, you could just take a calculator and add all these up, but Excel has an easier way to do it. If you click on the cell, and I'm going to put an equal sign. The equal sign tells Excel, I'm ready to do math. So I've got the equal sign, and I'm going to type in the word sum, S-U-M. And then I'm going to double click on it right there, sum. So Excel says, okay, what do you want to sum up? And so I'm going to highlight all the numbers because I want Excel to add all these up. And I'll hit return, and Excel has, within a click of a button, added all of these numbers. It's a beautiful thing. So Excel also wants to help us with finding the actual number, how many people were in the study. Now, you could definitely go down and just count them for sure. So I'm going to hit the equals sign again because I want Excel to do it for me. And this time I want Excel to count the number, C-O-U-N-T. So I'll double click here on count, and Excel again has this parenthesis that says, well, what do you want me to count? And I'm going to highlight everything that for Excel to count and hit return. And now we have the number 18. So I can now do my hand calculation, so to speak, of the mean. I'm going to come up here and I'm going to click on this cell, and I'm going to enter equals. And Excel says, okay, you want me to do math, but what do you want me to do? Well, I want Excel to take, I'm going to click on the sum, I'm going to click on the divided by symbol, I'll click on the n and hit enter. And there you go. Excel just did the average for me. It just did the mean for me in a click of a button like that. All right. The next thing we need to do is find the median. Well, that's all good and fine, but as you'll notice, all of these numbers are not in order. Excel will let us put these in order. How does it do it? We're going to click on this first column. I'm going to go to data, and I'm going to go to sort. And Excel first says, does your data have headers? I do have a header. I have hours per week, so I'm going to click that. I'm going to sort it by hours per week, and it wants to sort it from largest to smallest. So there you go. That's good. That's what we want. So there you go. Excel just sorted it for us. So now it's much easier to find the median. Now we know that we have an even number. That means that the middle two values are going to have to be averaged to find out the median, right? We remember that from our PowerPoints. So I'm going to go up 9 spaces. 9 is half of 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that tells me that these two numbers are the middle values. Do you want to double check it? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 8 above and 8 below, and these two numbers in the middle. What is the average of 11 plus 11? Well, 11 plus 11 divided by 2 is 11. So I know that my median is 11, right? And finally, the mode is the most frequently occurring number. So I'm going to come over here, and I happen to see that it is 11 too. So I'm going to put 11 there. That's not too hard to do. But Excel also has even a faster way of doing the mean and the median and the mode. I'll show you what it is. I'm going to click on this cell next. I'm going to hit equals. Then I'm going to type the word average. Excel doesn't use the word mean. It uses the word average. Okay, and I'll double click on average. And Excel says, okay, what do you want to average? So I'm going to click everything here and hit enter. So now I have my average in that fast. So I highly recommend using this. The median we can find too. We can do equals, and then we just type in the word median. All right, and I'll double click on median. And Excel says, okay, but the median of what? I'll highlight everything, hit enter, and it's 11. We do the same for the mode. I'm going to go equals. I'm going to type in the word mode. This time though, we have to find it. There we go, mode. And I'm going to pull everything down, and the mode is 11. All right, so that's how Excel can do calculations really quickly for measures of central tendency. Now, we talked before about what is going to be the best representative number. Is it the mean, the median, or the mode? It's going to depend on the shape of the distribution, and if it's normally distributed, we can go with the mean. If it's a skewed distribution, we'll probably go with the median. Now, as far as mode, we don't need to use the mode. This is a ratio level scale of measurement, meaning that somebody could have spent 0 hours or somebody could have spent 100 hours, and there's fractional parts in between. So it's a ratio scale. So we don't need to really worry about the mode. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a chart that'll show me the shape of the distribution. So what I've done over here is I've made what we talked about earlier, a grouped frequency table. So this is the number of scores that were between 5 and 6. This is the number that was between 7 and 8, and so on. And this is how you complete, or how you put together a graph. So you can take a look at it. I'm going to put together a histogram. So I'm going to highlight first my hours and the numbers, not the word hours or the frequency. Then I'm going to go to insert, and I'm going to insert first a bar graph. Now you might be like, well, why are you inserting a bar graph? This is a histogram. Well, Excel gives me problems, so this is what I have to do first. And then I double click on the bars, and where it says gap width, I'm going to make this 0. And now it becomes a histogram. Now everything is touching. And so what we see is this is not a normal distribution, that it's looks like it's negatively skewed to a certain degree. So let me give the chart a title though here. Let's see. Hours of study in Sci 230. How about that for a title? All right. So you know what I can do is I can just take this, I can right click it, I can copy it, and I can paste it into any Word document so it can be a picture. So what am I going to use? Am I going to use the mean, the median, or the mode? Well, I'm probably going to use the median. I think that's going to be my best measure since this is not a normal distribution. All right, that's it. Like I said, this might be a video that you want to go back and rewind and see how things were done. But I hope that it was helpful for you. And if you have any questions, please bring them to the hallway conversation forum.